Hey, this is Jeff the Pharaoh, and reporting in. I got my Uncle Frank up on the screen of the big screen with the computer, and I previously did a video about him. Vietnam War veteran, United States Marine Corps, and unfortunately, Uncle Frank has now passed away. I found this out roughly a few days ago from his last surviving stepson, Sean. He died on October 15, 2021 at the age of 81. He was born March 9, 1940. He passed away, like I said, October 15, 2021 at the age of 81. My Uncle Frank served in Vietnam, 2 tours in Vietnam with the United States Marine Corps. And if you guys remember that this guy was pretty rough and tumble kind of guy. Sean, I'd like to send a big shout out to Sean. He gave me some additional information about Uncle Frank that I didn't know about. And I'm going to clarify this and let all you folks know about my Uncle Frank. So, my Uncle Frank, he served late 1966. He went into his boot camp, if you all remember, with the United States Marine Corps down there at Camp Pendleton. And he served all the way up to February 1970. You guys remember that. He ends up going to prison for 13 months from 1970 to late 1971 or into 72. He got an undesirable discharge. He was knocked down to Private E1. My Uncle Frank is notoriously known for being a drunk and a brawler and a troublemaker. So we're going to do the additional information that I'm going to be corrected on. Okay? Uncle Frank did serve with the 1st Battalion, 4th Marines, 1st Marine Regiment. Okay? That's what Sean told me officially over the phone about it. He did not give me a photograph of the DD-214 that he has his possession. But it did say in comments, well, he does have an undesirable discharge and still has, I guess, to this day. So he has 3 Purple Hearts. He does have a Bronze Star for Valor. He has a Marine Navy Commendation Medal, Combat Action Ribbon, of course, Vietnam Service Medal, Vietnam Campaign Medal, so he's got all that stuff. Unfortunately for Uncle Frank, like I said in the previous videos, I've been in contact with, I haven't talked to him for over a year. Been in contact with him previous to that to see if we can get his undesirable discharge moved up, maybe to a bad conduct, to eventually something a little better for he can get his VA benefits. And of course, a plot in the National Cemetery, unfortunately. He says, nah, I don't give a shit about that crap. You know, he had his Social Security, so I guess he lived on that. So anyway, my Uncle Frank, like I said, worked in construction from 1973 to 1990. He retired out of that job and was collecting disability for his back and his legs. And my Uncle Frank at the time was diagnosed with colon cancer, bowel cancer, and lung cancer. Uncle Frank survived 22 years with all those 3 of those cancers tearing into his body. But he didn't give a shit. He says, I don't give a goddamn. And he would say, go get me a beer. Uncle Frank, shouldn't you be taking it easy? He goes, well, what am I taking it easy for? He says, just cancer. And he would light up one of his Camels, start smoking. So, good old Uncle Frank, man. Unfortunately for Uncle Frank, when he died, his body went undiscovered from what Sean told me for 2 days. And they eventually moved his body, and he informed Sean, being the last surviving relative to Uncle Frank, on that and the closest part of the family, that he had Uncle Frank cremated, and he came out from Oklahoma to pick up his ashes. He went back to Oklahoma and he spread his ashes all over Sean's ranch. Sean owns a ranch somewhere in Oklahoma. So Uncle Frank has no grave site, no plaque, nothing to commemorate his service in Vietnam and the passing of his life. His wife Connie died in 2016. His son Ronnie, my cousin Ronnie, died of suicide in 1995. His other son Sonny died in 2014 of AIDS. And his stepdaughter Luana died just recently in 2019. So, this is it. No more Uncle Frank. And I'm going to miss him because he was a hell of a guy. Crazy. He was a wild man, but what a great sense of humor. Great sense of humor. And, you know, unfortunately the world moves on. So, Uncle Frank, wherever you're at, man, keep up the good fight, strike up a cigarette, and have another beer. This is Jeff DeFaro signing off.